Thank you guys all for being here today. My name is Owen Video, and we're going to be showing you how to make pop-ups like this today. We're going to be showing you how to make cool lower thirds that do things like this, and we're even going to be showing you how to do stuff like this so that you can add more personality, more flair, more pizzazz into your live streams. And we're going to get started right now. So Carlos, go ahead and bring up the chat. We're doing this live today, and I want to let you know that if you don't already have Restream as your live streaming software, then you should get Restream over at epiclivevideo.com. In fact, there is a Halloween special happening right now where you can get Restream for just $11 a month. That's less than what I pay. And I'm a friggin' influencer, man. So go to epiclivevideo.com and grab that today. Now, for those of you that have been watching this live, I did that intro twice because I wanted to share it with the bigger audience. But we're going to dive into making overlays today, and making overlays specifically for the Restream software. I'm going to be walking you through how to make them, and then I'm going to be walking you through how to add them into your Restream. But I want you to be thinking about how you're going to use them, okay? Because, you know, adding overlays and adding like Carlos, show them this cool pop-up overlay here. See, we can turn that off, you know, and oh my gosh, you know, and we could like add different messages to the top. So why do we put it on the top up there, Carlos? If you want to put it back, we put it on the top for our live viewers. So for those of you that are watching us on YouTube or Facebook or LinkedIn, when you stop us on the scroll, like you see this in your scroll, and you can immediately see what this video is about. So we do it to add a scroll stopping appeal. I want you to be thinking about how you would use some of these overlays in your own live stream. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing that I'm going to have you do, I've got like my sheet here. I'm looking at my notes because I've never done a live tutorial like this. I think the first thing we want to do is talk about making these for your live stream. So the first thing that you're going to do, whether you're using Canva or Photoshop, okay, and I'm going to show you a little bit of these on both platforms. The very first thing you want to do is log into Restream and then make the screen, make your window full screen. So Carlos, go ahead and make this full screen. Then what you're going to want to do is take a screenshot, pose and take a screenshot. So I'll pose, and I will take the screenshot. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Canva right here, and I'll share my screen with you in just a second. I'm actually cheating. I'm actually going to use shots I used earlier. Let's go. There you go, Carlos. And you can bring the comments back up again. We're going to be going in and out of comments today, folks. Okay. So what you're going to want to do then is paste your screenshot inside of Canva. Now, make sure you're working on a 1280 by 720 format. I mean, you could work on other variations of that if you want to work on like a 4K platform. But, you know, you're going to take your screenshot and then you're going to put it in the 1280 by 720 window. And this is where you're going to build your graphics out of. Okay. You're going to build your graphics out of this. So what I want to show you today is how to make those angels on your graphic. And when those angels on your shoulder. And what I'm going to do is come back into here. I'm actually in Photoshop now. So I just showed you how to get started in Canva, and we're going to come back to that. But the next thing you're going to want to do is find the graphics that you want to use. So I'm going to come over into the search engine, and I'm going to go Angel Cartoon. And it's important to kind of put Angel Cartoon because it'll share with you like the type of angels that it will show you. So you're going to kind of come over here and find these graphics and, you know, find the one that's best for you. I've already done that, and I've put it right here. All right, so you're going to find the graphic that you want to use, you know, on Google or whatever, and then you're going to just kind of bring it into here. And I've already removed the background, okay? But now that it's here, I can sort of put it, you know, anywhere I want, right? And I'm going to put it right here, because I'm also going to add a little devil, and I'm going to put the devil right here. So let's take a look at what this looks like when I've added it to Restream. So Carlos, go ahead and make me full screen again. All right, and we'll go full screen on the video, right? And so I might do something like this. You know, do you know you want to do the right thing, but then you hear or I'm doing it wrong. Let's do you know how to make good decisions? You listen to that little, where is it? Where is the angel? Right here. You listen to that little angel on your shoulder and you go, you know, I know that's the best thing. But then this guy appears and you're like, no, you want me to do the bad thing all the time. And so you get into this place where you're not sure, you know, which one to do. Well, in today's episode, we're going to talk about, you know, decision making and how you can blah, 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 blah. See? So that's kind of what we're trying to do. But you could make the angel appear here or here. In fact, let's do that in our presentation. So let's go back to the screen share. All right. So I'm in Photoshop, and I can move this anywhere, you know, anywhere I want to go. And I can even move this guy anywhere I want to go. Now, here's the thing. Once you get them where you want them, here's the key thing. Then you turn off, okay? You turn off the base layer, and then you can turn off this one or whatever it is. You click File, Save As, and then under here, you're going to want to save it as a PNG. And the reason is a PNG is a specific type of file that gives you this transparent background. You see like this background behind the devil here. It's a transparent background. So you want no background to show up when you do this, and you'll label it and you'll put it where you want it to go. Now, you'll want to save 3 different graphics. You'll have the angel as just by itself, the devil just by itself, and then you'll save one with both. Okay. And then you're going to add all 3 of those to the overlay section in Restream. But we could do, you know, we could do a lot more. Let me show you some other kind of cool things that we could do here. We could put the angel sort of like over here. And then we could even put the devil. You know, it'd be kind of fun. Can we flip him around? I'm not necessarily like a Photoshop expert, but I do know a couple things in here. So let me see if I can flip this guy. Oh, flip the whole thing, darn it. Go to layer. Does anybody know how to do this? Okay, so here's what I don't know how to do it necessarily. Let me see if I try this one more time, because I want it. There we go. There we go. I want him to face the other way. But check out what I can do here, because I'm using Photoshop. So I want to make this sort of easy. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use this tool, and I'm going to cut him off down here. Now, if you guys don't know Photoshop, that's okay. But see, look at that. Now he looks like he's kind of like behind me, and I guess his little tail is not. But you see how you could make whole sort of like sequences? Let's get that where it needs to be. We'll go layer via cut. Now, I'm in no way, shape, or form insinuating that you should do this for every single live stream, right? This is obviously, you know, a time-consuming thing. But look at that. Now I've got this devil sort of on, you know, on this shoulder, and I've got this angel sort of popping up over here. And I just think it's a ton of fun, man. So let's just save this one. Now remember, I've got to get rid of the background here. So that's, and it won't be perfect when we do it because my shoulders are going to move. But let's call this Angel 4. Notice how I'm not like getting into like devil behind the shoulder. I like to keep things in a place where I kind of know the concept, you know, of what it is. I've saved it as a PNG. And then it's going to get, I think it's going to get maybe a little confusing here, but let's see what happens when see, look at that. Like, welcome to the Matrix. All right. So now what I want you guys to do is kind of like forget. Let's see if we could just put, no, not even that helps. Darn it. Okay. Let's just kind of like, you're going to add this. You're going to add that graphic over to this area where it says graphics. So I'm going to click the plus sign right here under upload. And then I'm going to go to Angel 4. Okay. And now it's uploaded here. So look at that. Isn't that cool the way it appears? All right. So now what we want to do is just, I think, get rid of the screen share. Yeah, there we go. And it's like, see, it's cool. It's cool for me too, because like I can't see him in my camera, but I can see him, you know, sort of like over here, right? So it's like, you know, and you've got this thing where it's like the angels. Let me see if I can get my camera straight. Right? Angels on my shoulder, devil's on my shoulder, and now he's over here like creeping out on me, you know, like ah ha 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 ha, ah ha 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 ha, ah ha 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 ha. So it's cool, right? Like it's a cool way to use pop-ups and overlays, and then you just click it again, and it goes right back away. So that's one type of graphic. Let's go to another type of graphic, Carlos. If we want to go, actually, I can kind of control that. So let's go back to some other graphics that we can create here. Now, of course, you can do some easy stuff like this, where you know, you guys have already seen me. You've already seen me do that. So I can just easily, boom, you know, put that up. And that's a simple, just like full screen overlay. It makes it really easy. Let's talk about lower thirds. Okay, let's talk about lower thirds, because this can be really easy. You simply make, you know, a square shape. And if you're in Photoshop, you can do that. You can do that down here by making a square. And again, if you know Photoshop, you know how to do this. Oops, I don't want to walk through this process thing. It's really time consuming. And I have more fun things to show you. But you're going to make a square. Now, notice what I did here is I've got the red square, and then I've got the white color box, the white square behind it, so that you can see the shadow. And again, I'm not like this master designer guy. It's just, I'm just showing you how the text can have different layers to make it look really great. And then you've got white text with a shadow on it. Down here, I just kind of white banner with Epic Live Video. There's not too much there, and I've already added that to the show. So Carlos, bring me full screen again. I've already added this to Restream. So when you're doing your live streams and you want to do a serious call to action, you know, you can add your own custom overlays. For example, when an overlay shows up in Restream using the template overlay system that Restream gives you, this is what it looks like. And it looks cool, but it looks the same as every other graphic. So what we're trying to do is to create something that's a little bit more emphatic like this. And you could even, I see now I'm saying, hey guys, go get, you know, Restream today, go buy the software. And I can even, you know, switch back and forth between this and da-da-da-da-da. Now, right now it's big and it's bold and it's in your face. And I get that. Like maybe it's a little aggressive, but this could be the punchline to a joke, right? And this is what I mean when I say, how are you going to use overlays in your presentation, right? What about if you have this sort of recurring theme or this recurring thing that you do? And I mean, even me with the Air 5, like what we should do is we should make an Air 5 that like appears right here in the green area. So it's like, hey, you can give me an Air 5 flop, you know, welcome to the show. How would you use it? Okay, Now, I want to go back to the screen share. What we're going to do is we're going to go back into, I just showed you a couple things in it. Now, truly, you could have made this in Canva as well. I think that I was just already in, yeah, I was already in here. So what I want to do is come back to Canva. And again, how many of you guys are using Canva right now? I'd love to hear from you in the comment section below. So what I want to do here is I want to show you how to create badges, okay? So this is our, this is one of my YouTube channels. And it's a doctor channel. It's doing very well. We just released this brand new video here, and he recently reached 1,800 subscribers. So, you know, what happens is this software that we use, it's called Tubebuddy, and they're fantastic. They actually give you these badges, but you could go anywhere and create your own badge, and you could do that. And again, this is where I'm going, is like using it in your show to highlight your customers, or even to highlight you know, some of your own achievements. You know, hey, we did this. Like I'm doing a Beat Cancer with Me channel where we could say, hey, we did this. We got to this milestone in our cancer treatment. But I'm going to kind of show you what this is. So, you know, I've got this image here, and I can take a screenshot of it. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to want to share. I don't know if you guys can see me screenshotting this, but what I'm going to do is then add this into Canva. Okay. And when I do, I get something that looks like this. Now I'm going to actually bring, oh, yeah. I was going to use this angle. Okay. So I'm talking into the mic. I'm not even using the microphone today. I'm going to use this angle. All right. So maybe in my show, I wanted to say something like, you know, and we wanted to like congratulate Dr. Jake on 1,800 subscribers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste that badge, you know, right here into the screenshot, right? So it's really important that when you make your badges or when you make sort of these news anchor graphics, you know, you could position them wherever you want. Like, you know, notice how mine, I like to keep mine kind of angled, and it just has sort of like a fun sort of appeal, but I could easily put it over here. Right. In fact, let's kind of have some fun with this. Let's come back over to the channel, because the channel's doing really well. And so this is like the benefit of a live tutorial, guys, is you get to kind of see me doing what I do. And I'd love to be hearing from you, like how would you plan to use these videos? Or excuse me, these overlays. All right, so check this.
Glutamate is this excitatory neurotransmitter.
Okay, so let's just actually get this one. I'm going to get just this little tiny image here. I'm going to come back to Canva, and I'm going to add it here. This will be kind of a fun thing that we do. Still pretty big and in your face. But again, I can kind of place this kind of anywhere that I want. And notice that they are overlays. So they do take up the top layer. Let's do this. Let's do like YouTube logo. And then maybe I will take something like this. I will copy the image, bring it over here. Now, I don't know if you guys know about this feature, but I can go to edit. Now, you got to have a Canva Pro account to do this. All right, Canva Pro is like $10 a month. But then you come in here and you click background remover. And what that'll do is it'll remove all the white space around the red button, but it might also remove the white play button too. Like, let's find out. I'm telling you, if Canva had just a couple of, see, it did, it's all right though. We're just kind of doing this for fun. You know, if Canva had a, see, look at that, man. You could put like someone else's body on your head and just do a lot of really fun things. I'm going to keep this back here so that the play button looks black. I would prefer it to be white. I'm gonna leave it there. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. Now here's my point here. We can build. We can have like one badge build on another. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna turn the transparency down. I'm gonna turn the transparency down. And then of course I have to get rid of me. I have to get rid of this middle shot here. Okay. So boom. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna download this image. And this is, I believe, page 2. So I have a couple different pages here. And I'm going to click done. And notice how it's, I'm just downloading page 2. And it's downloading. Now my voice is really scratchy today, guys. So I apologize for that. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the transparency up. On this one, you could probably figure out what I'm doing now is I'm building a family of slides, and it's still page 2, so I'm going to click download. Okay, and now you guessed it, I'm going to bring this one up. And click download. All right, so if that was done properly, then what I need to do now is come back into Restream, and I will upload these. Yeah, so you can see in the right-hand side that it worked, right? So 5, 6, and 7. Boom, boom. So we upload one at a time. First 5. Boom. Okay, then we'll do 6. Now, here's the thing you want to be thinking about as well, is like, what amount of work are you gonna want to do for one show versus the like making overlays that you're gonna kind of use for every show, right? So like having some branded overlays, I think is really something that you can work on here. All right, so I think that we're all set up. So let me see if I can go full screen now. So I'll go full screen, and I'm going to move my mouse. See, the trick is always like having the mouse. Like, all right, so now here I am, and I've got boom. So I can do something like, in this part of the show, we like to congratulate our viewers who are having great success. And this week, we want to congratulate Dr. Jake for reaching over 1,800 subscribers on his YouTube channel. Jake is having phenomenal success because he's following the Owen Video Coaching Program, and he's trying to create breakout videos like this one, where he got 44,000 views on a video, and that video is driving most of the subscribers. We're also uploading to YouTube with a really aggressive YouTube plan. So congratulations, Dr. Jake, and we wish you the best of luck moving in the future. Now, for the next segment on the show, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, right? You see how that could work? And guys, you were with me. That took 15 minutes, but imagine if it was your client, okay? Carlos, you can put the chat room back up, and I'll show you this, guys. We made a way to cover this. See how the chat is empty right here? The chat is empty over here. It can be embarrassing, right? That's why we made, this graphic or this graphic, we made it so that it will cover up the empty chat area. And then you can sort of take it off as the chat starts to fill up. But think about what you could be doing with this kind of thing, like having letting people know the chat area is right over here. We just got a ton of stuff that's, yes. Now everybody's saying, hey, it's I'm not empty. It's not empty. Yes. It only, every time you remove the chat, then it has to repopulate before when you add it right back. And so that's something that I'd like to see. So I'd love to see any questions from you guys. Like, do you have any questions? And if you do, maybe Carlos can pop them up and we can take a little breather here and go into some questions. Otherwise, I want to show you how to make another really cool branded overlay. And I think that you could do these. There's so many different ways that you can do these. So let me show you this one. Yeah, we do have group comments. We do. It just takes a minute to populate. And it doesn't show your name unless I think you have to have some settings done right. Okay. My browser, Jeff Rubenstein is asking, Carlos, let's go ahead and put that up. Jeff is asking, my browser keeps telling me that I can't share my screen on Restream. What's the fix for that? Okay, so go into Restream and go into customer service and say, can I tell them the exact same thing. I know that sounds like roundabout, but they're going to hit you back with a link. And then you just click that link and you download the extension for your browser. Okay, so we've all been there. The trick, guys, is always do dress rehearsals. The trick is to always do a dress rehearsal. So if you're going to share your screen, you need to log on early and figure out which way you're going to share your screen, because on Restream, you could share your window, you could share your screen, and there are strategies. Like I'll separate my browsers. Like I'll put my Restream browser on one screen, and then I'll have 5 other Chrome browsers, and I'll share individual. I'll either share that screen or individual windows, and there's really a strategy to it. A cozy Len is saying, Restream is saying it can't connect. Why? Okay, so you're having an account sort of certification problem there, if I'm understanding you correctly. And what you need to do is walk through the process of setting up your accounts all over again. So I would disconnect the accounts and reconnect the accounts, and that should do it. Facebook user is saying, "Where's my Air 5 flop?" My Ricky Martin dude. I know who it is. I can't. There's somebody in the group that I have a Ricky Martin joke with. I can't think of who it is right now, but I know who you are, and I'm super pumped that you're here. A cozy Len is saying, "Can we connect 3 or more live platforms without premium?" Yeah, I think that you can, but it's only like, I think you can go to like 15 platforms on the free account. So you can do a lot with the free account, but you can't do 2 platforms on the same, like you can't do a Facebook group and a Facebook profile. Like that you need to upgrade. Okay. So Doc Rock is saying, we use Restream on Chrome and we share Firefox for the screen share. Brilliant screen share strategies. Always count on Doc Rock. Doc's a professional. And that's what we love, bro. Like that's what it's all about, is like just honing in your craft, honing in your skills, getting better and better. Jeff Rubenstein is saying, we also noticed that my paired guest comments and questions on his channel were not showing up in the chat. That's interesting. I don't know that they would. Like if you're getting comments, that's a great question, Jeff Rubenstein. Let's talk about that. I'm going to look into that and definitely check into that. But again, I would go straight to customer service. They are Johnny on the spot with some of those things. Okay. Are you guys ready to go into some more trading? If you're ready, say yeah in the comment section. I want to show you how to make this graphic. Okay, let's go. Carlos, kill the chat. Let's go full screen again. And I'm going to show you guys how to make this graphic right here. Judge Judy says to subscribe. Now, the reason that I have this is to share with you a couple different ideas. Number one is creating these pop-up graphics that say things like subscribe, smash the like button, leave a comment below, but also adding characters into your show. And I think that this is something that I really want you guys to focus on. And like, think about, the classic TV shows. When I was a kid, I remember sneaking up late to watch my parents, and they were watching Cheers. And I wasn't Cheers. You're not allowed to watch Cheers. But I could see through the cracks in the door this character named Woody, and it was played by Woody Harrelson. But the character was named Woody, and he was just a funny one-liner type of character. And I loved that character. You know, fast forward to all media. One of our favorite shows today is the Goldbergs. And in the Goldbergs, our favorite character on that show is Barry, Big Tasty, right? He's the most sort of like fun to watch in the show. And in your live stream show, it's a lot of you, right? Like it's a lot of Owen video, right? You know, it's like Owen video from every single pore. And it can be a lot, but what adding characters can do is it can say things, a character can say things for you that you can't say on your own. For example, do you guys know that I got my start on YouTube? The very first video I uploaded to YouTube ever was me getting crushed on Judge Judy. Did you guys know that? You can Google Owen video and Judge Judy and you will find my video, okay? So I make Judge Judy a part of the show. Now, when she's saying subscribe, I don't have to say subscribe. Maybe I do. Maybe I'm like, hey, I'm here, guys, today to remind you to subscribe to the show if you like what you're saying, right? Maybe I have an angel appear up here or another Judy face. What if I did an angel and a devil, but it was like Judge Judy is an angel and Judge Judy is a devil? Now, I was showing you guys how to go to Google and find images and copy them. And that's all well and good. You can also have a graphic designer make you some of these things and think about making killer overlays that tell a story like the angel and the devil just in the hook of your show. If you think, oh my gosh, there's so much work, but could it actually establish you as more of a leader? Could it actually get people to watch your show a little bit longer? Could it actually increase the replay viewership of your show? Then maybe it's worth, it took me 15 minutes to make those graphics. Maybe you could take 30 minutes and make twice as many graphics as I did. And then you put them inside of Restream in a systematic way. So it's, I click this, I click this, I click this, right? And it's just like I did for Zuckerberg, right? So like, can I even get, so I go from 1, 2, 3, right? And then it's right back to me. Okay, it's super fun. I love it. And even for this one, I've got this, I've got this, and I've got this. And then we just made this one, right? So we've got all of those there in a line. So let's go back to the screen share now, and I'm going to show you how I made the Judge Judy one. So Carlos, if you want to take us back to the chat area, and we'll have the chat area sort of brought up. Okay, so this is the graphic that I made. Now, it always starts with the screen share, right? But now what we want to do is we want to go find a picture of Judge Judy. Okay, so that's kind of what I've done here. And it's really easy to do. You know, again, you just come over here and you go Judge. See, it already knows. And I can really pick like any image that I want to use. Website Launch Course is saying Snagit is good for screenshots and video clips. Jing is the free version. Dude, I grew up on Jing, bro. Like Jing is where it's at. And the new one is Snagit. And I use Snagit and I love it. I use it all the time. Especially for like some of these images, it's just easier to grab sort of the screenshot of it. So, you know, excuse me, you have your kind of your pick of what image you want to use. And I could even go with something like Judge Judy angry. You know, and this is really fun. So, you know, I could do something like that. Pop it in here. Okay, and you get this. Now what you want to do is, again, come into edit image and go background remover. Let's see. I don't know if this is going to work. There might be too much background because I really want the chair too, actually. So that kind of worked. That's cool. What would I do with that? I don't know. I don't really like it. Right. So instead, you know, I just grabbed this one. Let's see if I can. But I'm wondering if I could make any other kind of pop-ups. I don't really see a lot here, so I'll just show you what I have. Okay, so I found this picture earlier, And then I remove the background, and and I could do any number of things. I could even make her the angel and devil on my shoulder, right? But really what I want to do is just kind of make this a lower third where Judy can sort of pop up, right? And then what you're going to do is come over to elements, and then you just sort of add a square, and then you make the square as long as you need to. Now I'm actually not going to do that. I'm just going to delete that. And I did the same thing. I added this square again, added a white one, and then you come over here to text. Okay, you pick your text, and then you drag it in, and it's as easy as that. So you could do Judge Judy says. You could do like I object, right? Even though she would never say that, she's the judge. And then you could have smash that like button. How about verdict is in? Oops. And you just kind of center it. Boom, the verdict is in. Smash that like button. I wonder if I can even get that S behind her. Yeah, I probably can. Watch this. So I'm going to try to get just her. I'm going to go to position. I'm going to put her on. Wrong one. See how her black robe is going under the S? I want it to go sort of on top of it, but it's actually fine like this. It's just because I want the T and the S lined up. I want these two things sort of lined up. Okay. Then I click on my button here, and I pull the transparency down, right? Download. Transparent background. Make sure it's the right page. This is page 1. And again, you need to have the Canva Pro settings, $10 a month if you want to. And then I'm going to add it to if you want to use the remove background, and if you want to use the background remover, and the download with transparent background. So it's kind of like Meta. It's just like my new company, Meta. I just came up with that, Mark Zuckerberg. I've never impersonated anybody. I've never been like an impersonator. Okay, so good. It's like smash that like button. So now notice how it comes across the whole screen. Like what I want to do is let me actually see if I can do. I'm going to do a live one with you guys right now. So I'm going to go like again. Look at my lame. That's my lame face, everybody. So again, I'm just going to copy this. Oh, you guys can't see what I'm doing. I am copying my Restream screen. Okay, I'm going to go to a clear Canva picture. So, for all of you guys, what you should start with is just taking, a screenshot of these various, different. So what I'm going to do is extend this out. And again, I might be off by sort of like millimeters, but that's okay. All right. So what did I want to do first? So what I'm going to do is copy this and then boom, paste it here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just like size this up for this window. And I feel like that is just so much more where I want to be. And you don't really notice these things. Let me see if I can just copy all this. You don't really notice these things until you teach it. So let's see what happens if yes. Okay, so I'm like even learning Canva myself here. All right, but I've obviously got like a cropping sort of issue, and that's fine. You just got to do that, that's all you got to do. So that's pretty good. Excuse me. I've just got to really, now here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna crop this. Now, Doc, do you know Canva well? I don't, there we go. That works okay. And I'm just gonna try to like sync that up with the red line. Ah, see? Okay, now I'll just move this down a little bit. Okay, that's good. But now I'm gonna highlight it. Now I'm gonna move it all the way down. Get those borders right. Okay, and now what do? You guys know what we do? We pull that down. We download it again. This time we're going to make sure it's 6. Only page 6. We download it. All right, Carlos, go ahead and put the chat back up. There you go. All right, and then we should have it. Boom, we have a custom lower third made for this setup right here. And we can even go back into Canva. See, I showed you guys this one here. Oh, look, the filter's still on. I showed you guys this one here. So let's do this. Let's kind of get rid of this. And I just got George Clooney because Nick Niven and I have this thing about the Clooney scale. It's a real funny like thing that we do. But let's just say, you know, you want to have a like chat. Just go chat live with me. Boom, chat live with me. That's good enough, right, for right now. We'll download that. What page is this? This is page 3. No, 3 and 6. I don't want 6 again. It just confuses things. Okay, but watch what I'm going to do here. I'm actually going to take that and we'll put that in. But here's what else I'm going to do. I'm going to take this. I'm going to put it in here. Just so meta, guys. This is so freaking meta. And then we'll go. This is page 6 again. So here's what I'm showing you. I mean, you could really be creating templates, you know, for your company. And if you're a broadcaster, you know, like for other companies, like a producer, if you're selling people and like, I'll make your live stream for you, then I would be creating packages like these. So let's go, Carlos, to, I got to upload these. Yeah, let's go to chat. And then can you make me, Carlos, the full picture here? And I'm going to upload these to Restream. Yeah, Rob Values or Vols is saying, can we even say so meta anymore? Like that was the point. Their point was to distance themselves from their name. The Facebook name, guys, is going. It is bad. Like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, people don't have any trust in Facebook. People are leaving Facebook in droves. Now, what does that mean right now? It doesn't mean anything right now, but Facebook is in the game of distancing themselves from Facebook because they know Facebook will not be their primary sort of thing anymore. They want you focused on meta, right? Which is a term you already use. You're saying it already. It's so meta. It's not like that didn't come up in the boardrooms that you're already using those terms. And so they want they're going like with Google, right? Google came out and then we started saying, I'll Google that. What Facebook's doing is they're saying, what are people already saying? And then let us capitalize on that. Christopher Bovin is saying, so I think the best way to make professional templates for me is to pick them from Drawify. Take the elements away with Snagit and use download without the background in Canva Pro. Beautiful, Christopher Bovin. Like, that is problem-solving thinking. And I love I love hearing that, because that is exactly how you'll get out of the situation, or how you'll get the right stuff. So check this out. So check at this. Look at this overlay here. I think it looks so much better without the text on top. What do you guys think? So you can say, hey, you know, we're like, this is how you cover a dead chat, right? So if the chat is dead, you just cover it with a cool graphic. And then I can even go one step farther. And now I've got lower thirds down here. Look at all the stuff that we're doing. We've got cool pop-up overlays down here. We've got this Judge Judy sort of characterized lower third down here. And then we've got my man, George Clooney. All of this done in 5 minutes, all of it done inside of Restream, and all of it made to make your live stream look even better than it does already. So we got a few minutes left. Let's go into Q&A and hang out with you guys. Bradley teaches, he says, do George without the gray bar background, and then he'll sit on top of the chat window and they will scroll behind him. Yeah, there's so much I feel like we could do. And here's what I want to teach next. You know, like you can do video overlays like this. Restream.io. And I won't play the whole thing, but you can press play and a video plays. So what we're playing with is Bradley, can we animate these graphics in Canva and actually have them play on top of the screen? Now I know that we can do that with vMix with vMix or Ecamm, and that might be something for us to get into. So I'd love to hear from you guys. What are some of the topics you'd like us to cover in this live tutorial? Not every episode will be a live tutorial, but if you'd like to see more live tutorials, what are the things we can teach you on this show? Would love to hear back from you guys, so let me know. Can you, website launch course is saying, can you save as template with Canva? The answer is yes. You share it, and you can share it with people who have they can copy it, but they can't edit it. And we actually have a handful of Restream overlay graphics. Carlos, do you know that that link? Maybe we could put that link up. Yes, the answer is yes. You can save as template with Canva. It's all about, I think, sharing and exporting is kind of the terms, but yes, you can do that. Bradley teaches is saying you can do full animated graphics, but not with transparency. Okay, so with transparency, guys, means that you can't have like a little butterfly fly in and across your screen. Like it would be a butterfly on a green screen, like the green screen would be behind you, like it couldn't be removed. Now, in vMix, we can add stuff. We can add stuff like this. In fact, I thought I had a Judge Judy in here somewhere. You guys are hearing all my sound effects go off. Yeah. Okay. So I don't have everything here. David Matney. Hey, David. Good to see you. I'm looking forward to our call tomorrow. David Matney has just joined the YouTube Authority Intensive. We're pumped to have you here. David Matney, pretty neat stuff. Is it okay to start live streaming for practice, even when our subscriber count is on the low side, so we learn the process? I'm going to, say yes, 100%. That's what you want to do, my man. You want to be live streaming while no one's looking, because what's going to happen is you become the overnight success, right? Like nobody knew you were doing it a second ago. And now, people are seeing you and you're good, right? So in the very beginning, like I used to go live. In fact, I would go live and I would have like one camera on me live streaming from my profile saying, go watch us live on my page. And then I'd be live streaming on my page. So we had like this whole like dream within a dream thing going on. But the whole idea was, we were live streaming on my page for a while. Nobody could find us. And it was good. We were getting better and learning the process. Then we started promoting it and bringing people onto the show. So yes, that's exactly what you should be doing. Naomi Nakashima over at Who Wants to Write a Book says, have to run. This was so great. Thank you. I hope it was valuable for you. Here's the big thing that I would say, Naomi, is to get templates made. Like, figure out what you want to do. You know, don't add the text to them or anything like that, but just kind of figure out like how you would use them. And I would look at, you know, creating a pop-up background like this. Carlos, show them how this turns off. We can take this thing off behind us. That changes up the background. And then we've also got, you know, these things that we can add. And then you also have the full screen stuff that you can add. And, you know, I would like to go back because this is our format for most of the show. I think I need to format these graphics in this particular. So I would make a list of like what you want to see and then either design them yourself or have somebody else do it. But like, think about what you want to do first. For me, it was like, well, what pop-ups am I going to make with them today? And all I could think about was bits. What would be a funny bit? It's like, oh, angel on my shoulder, right? Would be one. I thought about using the green screen over here somehow. I wasn't exactly sure how to do that, but you know, that's how I came to work with these guys and whatnot. So, and I thought it was a pretty fun there. So, Bradley teaches in Doc Rock, some fantastic graphic designers and live streamers, guys. That is all the time we have for today. Now, next week, guys, on next week's show, I'm going to be going into the metaverse. I'm going to be talking. I don't know if you saw the video, but I saw the whole presentation, and I think that the metaverse is there's politics behind there, which I don't want to get into. I do want to talk about what it means for you as a creator. If you don't get the metaverse, like we shouldn't be fighting it. It's here. It's going to be a thing that we all are a part of. How to know what it is and preempt what's coming, and what is your role as a creator, as an entrepreneur? Are you going to have to set up a digital shop, a digital business inside the metaverse? Probably, but it's like an extension of your Facebook page. We're going to talk about what this is going to look like for you and how it's really not going to change much of what you're doing. Just your mindset, just moving from in front of computer screens to all around us all the time. Some really great stuff, guys. Can't wait to see you on next week's show. I'm Owen Video, and we'll see you next time.